Our top focus here, OTT guidelines that have now come into play. The centre has issued new guidelines for social media companies, over-the-top players and platforms as well as digital media. Most significant are the rules for social media companies here. In fact, the government has outlined about 9 types of content that users will be barred from publishing or uploading on social media. These include misleading content, curbs over sharing sensitive content, and strict bar on obscenity and pornography. When it comes to OTT platforms, the government has now called for a grievance redressal system. In fact, the government is also asking OTT platforms to self-regulate and wants a mechanism for addressing any grievances. While films have a censor board, OTT platforms will require to self-classify their movies and content based on age. Now, this move comes after recent controversies over the OTT platforms hurting religious sentiments through series like Tandav, Patal Lok, Sacred Games and Leela. Quite the latest there.
Let me first lay down the ground rule very clearly. Social media is welcome to do business in India. They have done exceedingly well. They have got good business. They have got good number of users. And they have also empowered ordinary Indians. इसकी हम तारीफ करते हैं. It is very important that the social media users running into crores should also be given a proper forum for resolution of their grievances within a time-bound manner against the abuse and misuse of social media. Supreme Court का फैसला है कि internet is not a fundamental right by itself, but the fundamental right of freedom of speech and expression under 19(1) can use internet to exercise that right. So if it is a fundamental right under 19(1), it is subject to 19(2) of the Constitution, which is reasonable restrictions can be imposed in pursuit of safety, security, sovereignty of India, public order, etc., etc.
But let me also tell you that every freedom has to be responsible freedom. और उसके लिए we have decided to have 3-tier mechanism for OTT platforms. First, for OTT and digital news media, both will have to disclose their details from where they publish, how they publish, how much is the spread, anything. So that disclosure will come. That is first, information. Their grievance redressal system, in the same manner, it will work in OTT platforms and digital portals also. Then second tier will be self-regulation. On OTT platforms, they will have to have a self-regulation, a body headed by a retired Supreme Court or High Court judge or otherwise very eminent person in this category. और तीसरा एक सरकार है तो सार्वभौम सरकार होती है, सॉवरेन सरकार होती है, तो एक ओवरसाइट मैकेनिज्म भी होगी जहां एकदम तुरंत फैसले करने पड़ते हैं. कोई बहुत बड़ा पेंच तैयार हुआ तो ये ओवरसाइट मैकेनिज्म रहेगा. हमने ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स के साथ दिल्ली, चेन्नई और मुंबई में उन उद्योगों के सभी लोगों को बुला के विस्तृत चर्चा की. मैंने खुद दिल्ली में 2 मीटिंगें बुलाई और पहले मीटिंग में मैंने ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म को कहा कि आप सेल्फ रेगुलेशन बनाओ जैसा टीवी वालों ने बनाया है, लेकिन नहीं हुआ दुर्भाग्य से. फिर मैंने एक बार फिर मीटिंग बुलाई और कहा कि 100 दिन में बनाओ, लेकिन वो भी नहीं बना. बाद में कुछ नोट बनी थी जिसमें कोई सेल्फ रेगुलेशन बाहर कोई आदमी भी नहीं था, और इसलिए हमने तय किया कि एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल मैकेनिज्म सभी मीडिया के लिए होना चाहिए.
And there you have it, quite clearly, the government of India now taking a bold move in regulating social media and OTT platforms. Let me quickly cut across to our reporters joining us. Rahul Srivastava reporting live from Delhi. Prerna Kaul Mishra, Managing Editor of Social Media and Content Services, also joining us. Manas Tiwari, Assistant Editor, India Today Tech. P.I. Hingorani also reporting live from Mumbai. Let me start with Rahul. Rahul, we know that this is a bold move that the government of India has taken, but was this the need of the hour, would you say?
Till now, if there was a digital highway and roads in India and there were people doing businesses on it, there were virtually no laws and rules covering them. And that is why, in a significant shift, the government instead of creating amendments in existing laws is creating rules. The emphasis is not on the government directing the whole affair, but instead largely on self-regulation. At various levels, OTTs, social media, digital news platforms, they will have to adhere to certain rules, and now these rules will be created in consonance with the existing rule for other kind of platforms. And that is why what the government is saying, that people can do businesses in India, but it has to follow the Indian constitution, the laws of the land, and also will have to create checks and balances within the system against obscenity, depiction of women, minors, social law and order, and also national integrity. Within that framework, there has to be a redressal mechanism in which there have to be people appointed, those who will be adjudicating at their institutional level, and in case there is a problem, then there is a timeline within which this has to be done, and there will be an interministerial entity that will be regulating. And largely, the government's attempt is to escape the criticism that the government is bringing the iron hand to curb the social media and OTT and other platforms. Absolutely.
Let me cut across to Prerna. Prerna, here we're looking at the government striking a chord on every note, for that matter. Women's grievances, we're speaking of trolling, fake news doing the rounds, anything that would instigate flared violence, hurt sentiments. These are the topics that the government has touched upon. If you can take us through a few more points that the governments have put in place now for the big and significant social media intermediaries now to follow strictly.
Nabila, two things which are really noteworthy in the clarifications which came through when the two ministers were talking a few minutes ago. The first one was on verifying the profiles of people who are using the social media platforms from the user perspective. We know that we have had a very, very, callous mob kind of a behavior happening on social media platforms, which has been under nobody's control. So effectively, when you are asking the social media platforms to roll out a voluntary verification mechanism where they are not controlling who needs to be verified, it is a voluntary thing where a person has to verify either through an OTP or an email to authenticate his profile, and then he gets the freedom to write what he wants. You cannot be a bot and write and get away with hate speech or obscenity or any crime or harm which is brought about to minors on social media platforms. So this verification of profiles will clean up the system, I'm hoping, and will do away with a lot of, very callous behavior which is happening on social media platforms. The other thing that I think is, the setting up of a mechanism where there is a resident compliance, should I say a mechanism for these social media platforms was a vacuum, which and it was a crying need, which had to be kind of filled in, because we know that we as a media house have gone to these platforms with certain grievances where hate speech was being used against one of our influencers, or there was a personal attack on the families, or their phone numbers were made public. I must say that it left a lot to be desired, the way those grievances were addressed and how long it took for those grievances, because there was no resident, compliance mechanism. So I think the resident compliance mechanism is a very, very fair ask of any business, of any platform which is operating in India. So the third thing, of course, is that they have left it, as was expected, and I'm very happy about that. It is left to self-regulation, and it's not like acting super cop. They have actually nudged these platforms to have a regulatory framework. They have They have to discipline themselves. They have to be responsible for the content going on their platform. They cannot just say we are a distribution platform one day and the next day come out and say we are a media company. There has to be a complete clarity, transparency, and accountability of a platform. If there is content which is hate speech or abuse against minors or pornography or whatever comes with it, all those 9 areas that the government has kind of called out, they need to step up and take responsibility. Rest, I think this should not be seen as an infringement of freedom of expression. I don't think that is it. Neither it is the intent from the government.
Critics would ask, this is a gag on freedom of expression. Would you say so, Prerna? On social media, online platforms, you have the right or you have the freedom to express the way you want to express. But does that come and should it come with certain amount of responsibility? And that's what the government here today has observed.
Well, absolutely, Nabila. If we speak what we speak on air with complete responsibility and take accountability for what we are saying as media or any other content provider, if we are bound by the broadcast laws or if we are bound by the program laws or if we are bound by the press council laws, it is also a mechanism of self-regulation. There is no super cop there. It is an industry self-regulation mechanism.
Right.
And if the government's intent here is to extend that self-governance mechanism to OTT and social media, I think we should try and test the waters before really coming down on this move as a clampdown on freedom of expression. Right. I don't think that is the intent here.
Right. Now do stay with us. Let me cut across to our tech editor, Manas Tiwari. Manas, we're looking at huge social media platforms and now will come under the ambit of the Information Technology Ministry. Now, these are not small numbers. When you speak of radio or television, the numbers are certainly much smaller than in compared to what the audience is on social media platforms. Now, to really regulate and bring them in the ambit, is that a possibility, a Herculean task for the government, but yet they've attempted at it? And do you think this will really help weed out bots, trolls, and control the narrative at large?
I think it shouldn't come across as a surprise for anyone. For years now, the government, and not just the Indian government, but governments all across the world have been asking these social media platforms, these big companies to curb the spread of misinformation and fake news on the platforms. And all credit to them that certain steps have been taken. For example, WhatsApp introduced the forward labels on the platform. But despite all these measures, they have somewhat, not been able to regulate it as the way the government would want to. And what the new rules essentially do is that hold them accountable for the information being spread on the platform as well as for their users. And it was a much needed move, I believe, because we see it is very easy in these times to make any content go viral or influence people using these social media platforms. Now, a rule or not, a set of rules or not, these platforms should always be accountable, and all of them have as part of their policies that if the government seeks certain information, they are in a position to provide that. Until now, the problem was that if they refuse to or if they delay the process, there was nothing much that the government could have done. Now, what the new set of rules do is that make them more accountable. For example, if the government seeks certain information, they have to now respond within 72 hours to assist in the investigation. They have to take down post within 36 hours. So it just makes them a little more accountable. We'll have to see how this is implemented, and that will decide whether it is actually good or not.
Right, Manas, do stay with us. Let me cut across to Pia Hingorani. Pia, we are looking at Bollywood biggies now switching to OTT platforms, releases now on OTT platforms with people watching right in the comfort of their home with a click of a button. And it's really the fact that social media platforms would have a lot more uncensored content that would attract people to come watch it. Now, do you feel this is suddenly threatening the industry itself, who have just gotten onto OTT thinking now they have a playing field, a much bigger one, a much more free one?
Well, Nabila, not really, because up until now, the industry was really worried that their OTT content would actually come under the censor board. It would be certified by the censor board before they put it out on the OTT platform. However, with this, the report that has come out today, we see that it is self-regulation, be it theme-wise, age-wise. There's a universal bracket. There is a 7+. 13 plus, 16 plus, and of course adult. And most importantly, Nabila, many platforms already have these disclaimers already put out there. So perhaps from where Bollywood was coming from, and we had seen censorship taking over, be it Urta Punjab, Padmavat, which actually led to the birth of the OTT platforms. So it isn't what perhaps Bollywood was really scared of, but yes, there will be self-regulations. They will be accountable and held responsible for anything that perhaps does not go with the guidelines.
Priya, thank you very much for joining us with those details. There you have. Let me cut across to Vikram Bhatt joining us live for more details on that. Vikram, if you can take us through your opinion on the new guidelines that have come into place for social media platforms, including news media now. Everything, all online news and entertainment media now have fresh guidelines to be following. Critics would say this is controlling freedom of speech. On the other hand, this could be the need of the hour, looking at the way the narrative has been put out and constant troll army, defaming the country as well. This is about time that there is some responsibility, is what the government believes.
Yeah. So I think there's nothing wrong with self-regulation. Self-regulation is a good thing. I was actually worried that there would be another censor board that would be put in place for us, but fortunately that has not happened. And I welcome the regulations. They are more informative than intrusive, is how I would put it.
Right. If you could take us through films now releasing on OTT platforms, because it had seldom any regulations at all, which means you had a bigger, wider playing field. Do you feel curtailed right now?
Not at all. See, what they are saying is that please inform the viewer of the kind of content you're showing them. So if it is got sexual violence, substance abuse, then inform the viewer, and they should be able to make the choice whether they want to see it or not. And I think that's completely fair. They are not saying that you cannot make certain kind of content. You can make any kind of content, whatever you want to make. But inform the viewer. And then there is this redressal system, which I think is very good, because what the government is saying is that we get a lot of letters, we get a lot of phone calls, we get a lot of messages that this has happened, that has happened. We don't want to get into it. Have your own redressal system. If you are showing something online, make sure that you have the basic apparatus in place where you can also listen to people who have a problem with your content.
That way, for that matter, either ways, while you're making a film, you have to go through a censor board. Now, on the OTT platform as well, it's a similar process. So you're basically saying that it doesn't affect the film industry at all?
No, why? I mean, there is no censor board. A censor board is a body that has been constituted by the government. It's an independent body. And unfortunately, sometimes the body is generous and sometimes the body is not. But in this case, there's just a self-regulation. And it doesn't... See, there's a difference between regulation and censorship. Censorship gives you the permission to cut scenes out from a piece of content. This is not that. This is just a regulation by which you inform the viewer of the kind of show or film they're going to watch.
Right, we understand, but we also know that the guidelines have also been triggered off. One, also because of the kind of content that's come out on various series, be it Patal Lok for that matter, The Suitable Boy, several other series, Tandav, the latest, that have run into controversy. So this has prompted for these fresh guidelines. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. I think, see, what happens is that India is still a country where a lot of people watch the shows together as a family. The entire television viewing system, or I would say culture, has moved to the OTT. So I suppose there are some people who get offended by religious remarks. There are people who get offended by violence. All you have to do is inform them that this series has got that. And if you're offended, please don't watch it. And what's wrong with that? I think that's a good thing.
So you're saying a mere disclaimer would do?
A disclaimer. It's basically a disclaimer, actually. And if there is a problem, then they have a redressal system, and they have a serious redressal system where they are saying that you need a high court judge or an eminent person to address the concerns of the viewing people. So I think they have basically said that if you create a problem, solve it.
Now, when we speak of art, when we speak of creativity, when we speak of freedom of expression, don't you think platforms like this really encouraged those kind of talents that didn't have the courage to really put it out on mainstream media, of course, because of the guidelines in place? OTT really was a platform that they could express.
But I don't know how it is being curbed, because you can still make it. What is being curbed is the fact that you just don't show it to people who don't want to watch it, or to children when they have the parental lock system. What they're saying is that if you make adult content, if you have nudity, sexuality, it is not right for children to watch it. So have a parental lock-in system. What's wrong with that?
But don't you think it's for the parents, it's for the families themselves to decide on how to regulate their own families and understand what to do, what not to do, instead of a guideline that's coming in from...
As a matter of fact, sorry to interject. As a matter of fact, we would welcome this for films. If you can have a self-regulating body for films and do away with the censor board, we would be very happy.
Would you believe, Vikram, consultations have been done widely and all consent has been taken for these guidelines to be coming out, to be implemented, and according to you, the industry is open to this?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
We can hear you. Go on.
I'm sorry, I can't.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much, Mr. Vikram, for joining us with those details. Film director there, Vikram Bhatt, very clearly saying that the industry welcomes the move. Regulation is necessary. It's about responsibility. At the end of it, whatever you put out there, put it out with sheer responsibility. And these guidelines do just that.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.